When I came back to US from my vacation, and then I got $22,000 cell phone bill. I'm sure I won't be able to pay that much money. It's gonna go to my credit collection, it's gonna stay there. It's gonna ruin my life for the rest of my life, I know.
I signed a contract on getting the house stuccoed and painted. Well, I soon found out it was all part of a big scam.
I subscribed to Sprint data services, but once the bills started coming in, I noticed that they were starting to charge for text messages, and a data card can't receive text messages. So despite my protestations, unfortunately, Sprint said that they were fair and reasonable and they were going to continue to charge them.
I received my AT&T bill, and I discovered there was a charge of $254.61. Well, I spent from June 2009 until September 2009 getting absolutely nowhere.
They were not helping me at all. So they say, oh, this is your bill. I thought I could do it myself, but it was impossible for me to fight by myself, so I brought it to UCAN.
And I called these people UCAN, and they just took over. They knew what it was all a big scam. They had other people in the same scam.
Well, I went online to UCAN's website and I filled out the online form about what problems I was facing with Sprint, and I received a phone call back the next day from one of the folks at UCAN, and they asked for more information.
A lot of the things that we deal with at UCAN are services that everybody deals with, you know, cell phones, electricity, TV, and it's something that you should know how to do and it should be easy to do, but it's not.
This is something that's unique to UCAN, is that unlike, to my knowledge, any other consumer group in the United States, if you call UCAN and you have a consumer problem, especially if you're a UCAN member, and you go to the fraud squad, they will personally help you resolve that problem.
Good afternoon, this is UCAN, Sue speaking. How may I help you?
UCAN employee at the time, they're like my family member. They understand my case. They took it like their personal case.
UCAN's focus is very unique. There is this focus that the primary building block of what we do is assisting consumers and taking the time to listen to consumers, to look at their bills, to see what's really going on, because you can't solve policy problems unless you know what's really going on the ground.
What one person may seem or may think that's a small thing, or it was just one little charge on their bill, turns out to be something that millions of customers have been overcharged. So one little phone call and one little issue may seem small, but over the grand scheme of things, it's not.
Phone calls to the fraud squad make an astonishing difference. When we see a persistent pattern of abuse, then alarm bells start to go off. That's when the attorneys prick up their ears and say, wait a minute, something needs to change. This has to stop, and we take action.
I've seen one person's phone call bring about systematic change. I've seen one email, one comment on the website, one phone call turn into state and federal lawsuits that resulted in millions of dollars back to customers.
I certainly had no idea that filling out an online form at the UCAN website about one of my grievances with Sprint was going to turn into such a large settlement with a large corporation. Even for the millions of people I've never met, I believe I've made a change that was for the better for all of them.
I kept thinking, if I had to do this, I would never have gotten anywhere on my own. So I decided to donate the money I was refunded to UCAN.
But when I got this letter saying zero bill, I was like, what, is this true? And I was shocked. And I was like, almost cried, because it's just, I don't know, it's incredible.
Why would somebody want to donate to UCAN as opposed to any other place? Because we are your voice. You are our ability to create a voice and to make changes, systemic changes in policies that harm consumers. And that is what we're all about.